Hey guys, it's Jake from HookahRev.com bringing you a special feature, Showdown of the Coconut Coals today. Before I start, let me actually apologize for my voice. I've been feeling under the weather for the last week. It's been terrible. It's an upper respiratory infection, and I'm back today, just kind of starting to feel a little bit better. But I'll tell you, the worst part of my entire experience this last week was my quality of smoking has actually decreased significantly, and it extremely inconvenienced me. For any of you hookah fiends out there, you know how that feels. It's terrible. You can't get a hookah, one hookah per day. It's sad. I was a sad Jake. But anyways, moving forward, Showdown of the Coconut Coals. In my opinion, it comes down to two brands that really dominate this industry, and those are Coconara coals and Chronic Hookah natural coals. They're both coconut coals, so they both advertise not one single tree was cut during the process or during the production of these, and that's great. That's like bamboo. It's a sustainable product, a sustainable quality wood. So you'd think, being two most popular brands in the industry, that they'd be readily available. So let me actually start with saying they're not, and it's quite strange to me why they aren't, but that's just the way it is. I actually stumbled across Coconara's when I frequented a lot of the online forums and just by word of mouth, that these were amazing coals. Check them out, give them a shot. Of course, at that time I was using the Three Kings quick lights because that's all I knew about. So it was a sad time for me back in the day, but it's okay now because I know about coconut coals. Anyways, so natural coals, I'm just going to actually go back a little bit. Natural coals themselves means that it's a non-quick light, which means that you'll have to either light them on a burner or like a stove, an open flame of some sort. You can't just light it with a lighter, and it takes longer than 30 seconds to actually ignite. So there's no chemical coating on there that actually sparks it, just like you do with the instant coals. So you do need a coil burner, and the ones I use are the ones that you always hear about. It's the little Walgreens coil burner that you can actually pick up for about $10, but it doesn't have to be that one. It could be any one. So online is where you're going to have to go to actually buy these types of coals. For Coconara, almost every vendor that I've seen online carries them now. They're pretty moderately priced. They're starting to go up a little bit, but not too much. And then for Chronic Hookah, also a lot of vendors are starting to carry them, but HookahJohn.com is actually where you can pick them up directly from the vendor. He's the guy that actually makes them, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. So when it comes down to it, Coconara's, hands down, back in the day, were my favorites. If you go to HookahRev.com, check out the review section, I gave it 100 out of 100, and that's the only 100 out of 100 I've given any product that I've actually reviewed on there. Why is that? Both actually take about 4 minutes on each side on the burner to light, so it doesn't take too long. I mean, it gives you just enough time. You light them before you actually start making the hookah, and then by the time you're done making the hookah and flip it once, you're ready to go, ready to smoke. So as far as the time wise, it's not that inconvenient for me. You kind of get used to it. You make it a part of your routine. But Coconara's, hands down to me, they ashed the best. Actually, it was almost like it almost just kind of like layered off or peeled off. It didn't ash completely and make a whole big mess. So it was really easy for me to actually to manage my heat, pretty much is what I'm trying to say. So, and they burnt hot, they burnt for long. They probably, one set of coals, or each coal itself goes for about an hour total each, which is perfect. If you can actually switch them out halfway through in between your sessions for another set of coals, and there's your entire bowl. You can go an hour and a half, 2 hours into your bowl with no problem with the Coconaras. So until recently, these were all I used. Now moving on, so you know something's coming up. Chronic Hookah. Unfortunately, and I'm not going to say unfortunately, I gave them less than spectacular review in 2009, and that was actually before Hookah John came out with his newly redesigned ingredients brand of coals, and I had the privilege of picking up these at my local store, because there's only one store where I live, and he's like 30 minutes away from me, but it's worth the trip every time. There's only one store I go to that actually carries both Coconaras and Chronic Hookah coals, so that's amazing for me. So, Chronic Hookah coals, these are the naturals. This is a 48-piece box. Very recently competitively priced to compete with some other brands. But I just tried these. I just tried the Instant Lights the other week, which I will post a review about. But the Instant Lights, much improved. Significantly improved, actually. They're the only Instant Light coconut coals out there, so by far the coconut coals, or I'm sorry, the Chronic Hookah Instant Lights dominate the instant light industry. So, but as far as the naturals are concerned, I just fired these up for the first time last night. I was blown away. So let's go with this. Hookah John, I bow down to you. Amazing improvement. And this is a guy, you can actually see him on the side of the box. I'm sure you've seen this picture around if you're on any of the forums or anything. But this is a guy that's really active in the community and on the forums. He actually listens to us. He listens to the smokers, and he's made a product. He talks to us, and he's improved the product. So I could say, better ingredients, better coals, Hookah John. I think I should trademark that actually. But anyways, no, seriously, it's a great coal now. Between the two, I can't really decide. The one difference actually is though, the Hookah John coals, it puts off a little less heat, and that's, I would say it's a proven fact. It produces a little less heat than the Coconaras, but it's not a terrible thing. In a way, especially when smoking like alfalfa, it helps. It almost takes away the tingle, so I'm going to attribute a lot of the throat tingle that a lot of you guys get to too much heat. Easy fix. So my recommendation, pick up a box, make sure Hookah John's picture is on the side because that means that it's the 2010 production. Give them a shot, let us know what you think, talk about it on the site, but it's a great coal now. So there you have it. There was my showdown of the coconut coals. Thanks for tuning in, and actually before I let you guys go, this is going to be the first video that we're going to tie in with a hookah giveaway. Ooh. Go to HookahRev.com, click on the giveaways ! button, and check out the details for the Coconut Coal Showdown. So this is Jake with HookahRev.com bringing you the Coconut Coal Showdown. Thanks for watching, and until next time.